See all the trees here? Let's go down there. That's the main avenue.
That's the key word, yeah.
Scrivo mi carisma, come un tesoro, devi namorar, pedir mais, que me ouça de novo, que me abrace de novo. Só mais uma vez, é tão chato ouvir, ver que me quer.
Ele não está sendo.
La mia fratelli per andare giù.
During this time I feel there's no one to touch. This story comes the way I'm coming through to everything.
fazer, eu acho.
I said play, you know? But it was really close. It was 10.
Yeah, no, like, it was like a lot of fun. All these people there. Sound real awesome.
Like teddy bears. They're like, oh. There is a lot of love and like expression.
There is a sign.